Hi Gemini, this is Laura from Tarot Dynamic, and I'm here to do your June love reading. This is intended to be a love reading, but we'll see what comes out between you and another person, just somebody in your energy. Remember to like, share, and subscribe, please. I would really appreciate it. I'm trying to build my YouTube channel. Okay. Let's go ahead and get started. So why the reading for today? We have the Devil in reverse and the Knight of Wands. Okay. All right. What is on your mind? We have the Four of Pentacles. All right. Actions. We have the Ace of Swords coming in from the past. We have Nine of Swords. Near future is Four of Wands reversed. Okay. All right. So let's see how you really feel about this. Knight of Pentacles. Okay. In the upright. Any external influences. We have Three of Swords in the upright. What is the purpose of all of this? We have the Eight of Cups in reverse, and possible outcome is the Three of Pentacles in reverse. Okay, so I'm going to get some clarification on this. All right, so maybe you're releasing a toxic situation. Maybe somebody was coming in and out of your life. You know, Knights can come in quickly and leave quickly. The Knight of Wands, it could have been something that was really passionate. Maybe you're trying to release your obsession towards it, towards this other person, or vice versa. Let's get a clarification on that though. Okay, so this is quite possibly somebody who you see clearly about. This is somebody that you really enjoy spending time with. You really if you really love them, but there's definitely some clarity. This is like this is not so negative. So somebody who's a lot of fun to be around, the Knight of Wands, somebody who's creative, but Knights can, like I said, can come in and out. You may be releasing yourself from this situation, or, you know, when I get the Devil in reverse, sometimes that can tell me that you're not focusing on it, or this is somebody maybe that you were kind of obsessive about, or vice versa, and maybe it's just like not so much anymore. Maybe this person was on your mind a lot. Maybe you're starting to be a little bit more, I'm getting that if it was like something that was kind of codependent, maybe you're kind of, you know, you see the situation for what it is. Maybe you're finding a little bit more balance in your emotions. This is something that was probably worrying you a lot in the past, but let's get this Four of Pentacles. What's on your mind? It's like you're holding on to something. You're either blocking something. Let's see. Okay. All right. So maybe this is somebody you're not with right now. You felt really disappointed. You're maybe holding on to some type of disappointment and regret, and how you feel about the situation. Let's see. What is it with this Ace of Swords? Your actions. Ace of Swords, your actions. Okay, and then we also, so your actions are kind of in line with what you're thinking. You definitely have some clarity about the situation. It's either new information, a new idea. Ace of Swords, swords can also be thoughts. They can also be, you know, documents. But you definitely have, I'm getting a lot of clarity over this with your actions. Maybe you cut somebody out. Maybe there's a new spark or new interest, but you're still kind of holding on to what's on in the past too. Tell me about this Nine of Swords. King of Rods. So, you know, I don't know if this is the same person. But you're coming out of a situation when the King of Rods is somebody who kind of goes after what he wants. He knows what he wants. He's somebody who is also creative. He's somebody who's also passionate, but he tends to be a little bit more stable than the Knight of Wands. Maybe you were really worried about this in the past. Currently, you're kind of like not so worried about it. Maybe you thought that he was somebody who was the king. Maybe you thought he was a little bit more stable and secure than what he actually is, and you have a nice realization of that. Tell me about this Four of Wands in the near future. Four of Wands in reverse in the near future. Tell me about this Four of Wands. Why the Four of Wands? The Page. Okay. So if we see the progression, we go from the King of Rods or Wands to the Knight of Wands to the Page of Wands in reverse. So this might be somebody you just don't feel like there is going to be any type of stability. It might be because this person is dealing with a past heartbreak. Maybe their behavior, it's kind of like when you guys first met, they were somebody who was kind of mature, but over the course of the relationship, it's like you started noticing more and more immaturity. It's like we see a regression. It's like when somebody can be like really stable in all aspects of their life, in many aspects of their life, but when they're in a relationship, they tend to regress. So if this could be somebody that is regressing in their behavior and you see that and there's just not going to be any stability here. Tell me how you really feel about this situation. Now, if you see this Knight of Pentacles, he looks like, you know, a horse is following him. Knight of Pentacles, they can be kind of slow in their movement, but they still tend to come in. But this guy looks like he might be walking away. So how do you really feel about this? Yeah, like I said, he could be walking away. Maybe it's too much of a burden. Maybe this person is putting too many burdens on you or vice versa, but it might be just like too much for you to carry right now. You still might be wanting to go for it, but it's something that you're either pushing through it and still moving forward, but I'm feeling like you're moving away from this. Tell me about this external, what's external to you, this Three of Swords. What's external to you, this Three of Swords? All right, so whoever is in your energy, they've had probably a lot of pain. There's a lot of lingering heartbreak. Maybe they felt like there was some type of betrayal. Maybe they were somebody who might give a lot to others, maybe not the relationship. Not necessarily, I'm not talking about like cheating. I'm talking about more of they put their time and energy. It's like somebody who is constantly... It's almost like they're putting in the work for or giving to, you know, maybe people in their family, their work, friends. And there's somebody though, maybe they keep themselves busy with doing a lot of other things to avoid this type of heartbreak. But if there's any pain in the relationship, a lot of it is because maybe this person feels like if they give so much, but they only end up getting hurt in return. Let's see. Okay, what is the purpose of all this? So we have the Eight of Cups in reverse. An Eight of Cups in reverse can be somebody who's coming back. It could be learning to maybe stick around when you want to walk away. It could be somebody that, you know, is something emotional, maybe still keeping your options open. Maybe there was a lot of confusion in the relationship, but it's supposed to be teaching you some type of lesson. Let's see. The Fool. Yeah, maybe it's just, you know, somebody who, because the Fool in the upright can be somebody who kind of jumps in without looking. Jumps in without knowing what the outcome is going to be. And maybe it's just teaching you to be a little bit more cautious, maybe to protect your heart a little bit more. Maybe you're somebody who tends to get really involved in relationships, and you put in a lot of work, and then it's only like to feel like a little disappointed. Maybe you hold on to those disappointments and regrets. Maybe you hold on to those ideas that aren't serving you, okay? Tell me about this outcome or possible outcome with the Three of Pentacles in the reverse. Three of Pentacles in the reverse can be like not coming together, not learning a lesson, something being blocked, maybe still having to like weigh the pros and cons of a situation or learn how to balance a situation before you can get to the Three of Pentacles. So let's see. Tell me about this Three of Pentacles in reverse. The Devil. Okay, this is something that so I've got the Devil in the upright now with the Three of Pentacles in the reverse. It's you know, this is, to me, I feel like this is a type of energy where there might be some codependency, there might be some compulsions. And when I say compulsions and addictions, it doesn't have to be necessarily with a person. It doesn't necessarily have to be with drugs and alcohol. It could be that maybe you're just not, you or the other person is just not learning their lessons. Maybe they're somebody who tends to resort back to compulsive behavior. And this could simply be as like, it's like something where you're only hurting yourself. Like if you're somebody who tends to, when you're having a really bad day, it could be a bad day, it could be a good day, you know, saying, all right, well, I'm gonna, you know, you tend to eat. So a lot of times when people overeat, it's almost like they're punishing themselves with food when they're doing it in an unhealthy way. So it's not learning those lessons. So it's really, this is like warning you. A lot of this I get is like a warning, like, you know, be careful where you leap, be careful what you put your time and energy into. Let me get some advice. You know, like almost like don't put all your eggs in one basket, you know, that because, or if you put so much faith into something working and it doesn't work out and it only kind of bites you in the ass. It's like kind of one of those things. But I see that you have clarity over this situation and it seems like you're really trying to work on yourself. Let's see, give me some advice. Six of Pentacles, Eight of Swords, and Eight of Pentacles in reverse. Okay. You know, you may feel like that it's to still focus on yourself while giving to others, finding that balance. When you still feel stuck, like in a situation that, especially when it's something that you can get yourself out of. With the Eight of Swords, really a lot of that is self-inflicted. It's our thoughts, okay? So, and I'm getting that when I'm getting that with a lot of, I see the Nine of Swords, I see the Devil. It's almost like that obsessive thinking. To watch out for that, because you can get out of that. Also, if you're having trouble, like if whatever's going on with you, if you're having trouble focusing on work, focusing on whatever you're doing, this is kind of like saying, you know, keep trying to put in the work. It's nice to reflect, but also try to separate, you know, sometimes compartmentalizing can be a bad thing if somebody's just has trouble balancing things. But it's like when you're working, when you're then, you know, make an effort to focus on your work, make an effort to focus on, then focus on the relationship, focus on family. So it's almost like, but, you know, not necessarily separating those, but balancing those out. You know, make sure that whatever you're in is a reciprocal type of relationship, whether it's equal give and take. Okay, especially if you're somebody who tends to put others' needs before your own. Then this is where it's like the tarot's kind of like telling you, you know, you have your ideals in your head, your ideas of how things should be, but you also need to take care of yourself while taking care of others, okay? So hopefully this is helpful. If you'd like a personal reading with me, you can click on the link in the description box. Otherwise, I will see you in a little bit. All right, thanks, Gemini.